So I had some really good epiphanies, incredible. And the first epiphany that is that I'm going to speak as if I am in the Oasis. I don't know if anybody has seen the Spielberg movie Ready Player One. It's exactly like that. And I'm going to treat the Earth as the Oasis, and that the creator, and I can't remember the name in the movie or the book, of the Oasis has left Easter eggs. Yes. So I'm going to call this piece Ready Player One. And I'm going to start dialoguing as if I'm in my private node on the Oasis, and I'm creating a peer-to-peer repository for anyone who knows how to hack it. It's all the backdoor codes to the Oasis. Something like that. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. That, I guess, is the first key. So if you get... Well, actually, that's kind of really funny because humans have been playing the Oasis for years and years and years, and you've got really good players. Like some of the best in class. Well, that's an interesting question. Like, what would be the best in class players if we are in the Oasis? Oh, what was the name of the corporation? Well, in my Oasis, that corporation is America. So that's that. And yeah, I've got my little ragtag team of lone wolves. What were they called in the book? I can't remember. Oh, mach nicht out. It's not important. Okay, what is important is to... Okay, this is my notes to the first portal. So in my game, obviously, I'm the main character, and I'm the one who got the first key. So all I can do is start to share the information, and yeah, tell the world how I play the game. And because I've had so much fun playing this game once I figured out how to teach myself it. I'm not gonna get too far. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Why am I doing this? I want to get credit for my work. So I'm going to start this conversation. This is a new uploading system. So I'm uploading a new system. And what I want is to make a stable MFE. For you nerds, that's a micro front end. For you real nerds, it's electromagnetic field. I'm dyslexic, so for me it looks the same. Yes, that's why I'm doing this. I'm going to show everybody the notes. Yeah. I'm also going to make these, yeah, okay. No, actually that's a good idea. I want to make these, each one of these will have an original. And I will sell the original to the highest bidder. Haven't worked out how yet, but more to come. And otherwise, the internet is free to make them all memes. But they have to give me some credit. I have that system in place. It's going to be fun. All right. Non-linear memory singularity. Copy of each. Form and voice. This has been my experience. I don't quite remember what state or method I was in when I took this note. It's a little abstract even for me, but it did get me here. All right, that's two. Okay, this one's actually important. in order to really get access to the first key, you have to dispel your ego. And there are not a lot of humans who've been in this class. So, yeah, this one's challenging, but good luck. Okay. Free experience, expand consciousness. Yeah, this was a good download. All right. That brings us to dyslexia, which is my superpower. And I wrote John Hughes' 80s movies. I think it had to do with, like, the not popular girl always getting the hot guy. And in this case, I'm the not popular girl who's going to get the hot girl. That sort of diversity. All right. Disorder spectrum, neurodiversity, language culture, dimensional. Again, good luck. I decided to hold that one up a little longer if it's better information when people absorb it the first time, but I'm also assuming a lot of people are just going to make screenshots. All right. Why? Why do I want to do this? Because my goal is to be like Buddha, 99% uptime, but grounded enough that I can extend my own electromagnetic field as far as possible. With, I'm going to add a note, with immaculate, impeccable energetic skills, which means my universe is not gaslighting any other universe in the oasis. And in fact, I am creating some of the purest DMT humanity has ever created. That's what I meant by this one. So I can actually give you a little more background to this one. New emotions plus connections. This is restitution. This was an art piece I was working on with a wonderful artist from New York. And I want to try to remember her name. It was... Nope, not going to come. But she made this amazing art installation called The Love and Curious, or was it Conjunction Love or Curious? But it's this amazing androgynous creature who is sitting on the Rechtbank, which is the criminal hall. God, I can't even remember what we call it in the United States anymore. When you move places and you have to learn another system, the institutions are similar, but the words are different. All right, that's too many digress. All right, there's that clue. All right, on the back, we have body received, central nervous system. Yeah, okay, this is the pure DMT. And then you access memory data. So once you're able to self-reference love, I call this the Christ code, where you love all your neighbors because they're the most amazing teachers you've ever had. It takes a village to raise a enlightened being in the oasis. And this was my first major finished project. So that was on the back of Restitution. And Restitution was an answer to the artist Elizabeth, I think her name is, maybe, with her statue, Love and Curiosity, in the Rechtbank here in Amsterdam. I responded to her by giving her, because she has this amazing character who's leaning over, and the character doesn't have a shirt on, and it has these little nipples, just like my little nipples, and has short hair, just like my short hair, and has these amazing boots timber, only Americans wouldn't understand this, but I guess Europeans now, because they've adopted this from the 30 years ago, which is the timber, Jesus, timber. Okay, when you get 47, you've had to go through so many trends, which is like learning software, and you can't always remember all the things, but you can remember what they made you feel like. That's what I remember. So that's the love, self-referencing, memory DNA. Yeah, and Christ Code is about moving through this world with that self-referencing love. And you know that every teacher that is around you right now, and how to embrace them as a sifu. So good luck with that one too. All right, I got sentimental. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, this was a private phone number that I'm supposed to follow up with. So I'm going to ask the universe to help me remember what I was supposed to follow up with. Okay, now we're getting to the fun stuff. We're getting to my next project. So as part of the art school application, the feedback I got was to go big and that my work was really flat. Well, duh. Do you know how hard it is to get a resolution this flat? And yeah, so I mean, I gave you some context and background, but these are the clip notes, the short notes, the direct line of how I got the first key. And yeah, it's fun. I'm going to take my time with this one because I get to enjoy this process now. I've done the work and I had a choice to make. Either I go big, as my instructor, Maddock, who is an amazing artist, and I feel like I'm already there working with these people, even though I still have to go through the exam. And the truth is, I don't know if I actually want to go to school. I went to law school and it was miserable. Just miserable. I don't know why anybody would go to law school. But oh my God, I knew in the second day I should have gotten out of there. But you know what? I was an immigrant's kid and a Middle Westerner. And yeah, my father didn't know. His mother only had a third grade education and he got a lot further, but he didn't know the rules to the white game. He definitely knows the rules to the dark game. We'll take him. I'll take that. But shit, got too far on story time. All right, so let's come back to it. Art school, get this shit done. Get the notes out there, and let the community do what they need to do with it. That's why I'm doing this, because this is fun, and I want to dance. That's what I want to do for a living. I want to dance, and I want to dance with everyone. So that is my interpretation of the Christ Code. So this is a notebook I'm starting called Alignment under the Trash Panda I have several words bubbling up, but I'm really trying to be very clear with my spells. This is a big spell. So in Oasis, since I'm pretty much the creator of my video game, I get to play every character in the baddest ass raid team of witches and wizards and warlocks and rogues and mages, and I can't remember what else is in World of Warcraft, but my brother does, and he plays that shit all the time. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, that's a way to spend your life, but I'll tell you what, watching him play World of Warcraft and creating alternative universes inspired me to say, well, if we can play a video game on a machine, then why can't we play a video game on Earth? And I guess that really has to do with alignment and the question that I had. And there was a really amazing teacher that I had in Amsterdam, and she said, yeah, like, we're in a pool. Like, just imagine Earth is a pool, and every human is, it needs some space in that pool. And there's some really big kids in that pool who aren't really big, but they're taking up way more than their share. And it's making it really, really hard for us to swim in that pool. And if we focus on alignment in the oasis, by playing these sorts of games, as the Dutch call a game in Dutch is spel, read into it what you will. Yeah. And I mean, I know good developer worlds is like, you're not going to get to level up unless you're playing the game. And in this game, you don't get the keys if you're not in alignment. So that starts with red, the root chakra. So I'm going to study the root chakra because this is my missing piece. I've come to note, lots of stuff. How do I want to put this? My friend Paul and I are working on Cyberpunk Utopia, which is another project of mine. And the reason why I want to do that with him is because he was the first one, and he's been one of the most loyal SOBs. No, I promised my sister I wouldn't cuss anymore. He's one of the most amazing teachers in my life, and he's been with me since COVID, and he was curious about me, and he gave me the most brilliant idea, and sometimes you just need that reflection. So I realized in 2000 that COVID was a gift. It was a universal reset and a nature's way of showing us two things. One, we can change on a dime, and we can choose to live another way. And she did that through slowing us down, giving us time to heal and time to listen to ourselves. I like to think the COVID was not a virus, even though it did, thin humanity, but an inoculation of some sorts. And it's nature, so it's going to have consequences. But it was a choice that was necessary to help us see how to slow down. So I'm in a burnout, and it's hard being in a burnout. You start to feel good, and then you still feel really shitty, and it's really hard to know why. So I really dug into that, and that took me some time to come back to why, because I had to look at anxiety. And every place in my life that I had anxiety. And I started this exploration 2 years ago. So it was really 2 hard years worth of work in the oasis. But if you're going to go on a quest, in order to get the key so that you can open the portal to the next level, you got to get over anxiety. So it's kind of like the video game where you have to get over your neuroses. Now, this was for me. For me, it was anxiety. But the reason why I chose anxiety, because I realized that anxiety is the one that, more than anything else, is the thing that's making us toxic. And a virus, I learned when I was researching COVID, is something that works in the ocean when the algae is blooms over the local ecology. Oh, those are big words. When it takes over space, it takes it too much space. That's what happens. And a virus is something that regulates that system. And I realized that the virus was doing something very similar to the humans. They were re-regulating the system. In some ways, it was a collective shift of DNA, opening up that memory DNA that we talked about earlier. And so if I was going to get to the next level, I had to get through my own anxiety. So I manifested quite a few lessons in life that were really hard and sucked. One was with my direct boss, and I've avoided this conversation for a very long time, and I even how to do it. So I'm just going to do it. He was an amazing man, but we were misaligned, and I knew it. And it was hard to have that conversation a year and a half ago. And it's taken me this much time to process why we had a misalignment. And part of it had to do with my own boundaries in my anxiety work. The other part had to do with how anxious, and I'm not even going to say just my boss. I'm going to say my whole American team. And I love these people. They're some of the kindest, most professional, amazing human beings who, most of them do want to make an impact. Actually, no, that's not true. All of them want to make an impact. And so that was a big piece. They were so anxious. And I know this because it wasn't just them, it was my family too. And so every time I was talking to my family about what's happening in the United States, it fucking sucked. Sorry, Leah. Quarters, pick me up. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks watching your country hurt and not know how to have this conversation, which is simply, we're scared. We are so full of anxiety. We are so full of anxiety, and we don't even know how we got here. You know, since I moved to Europe, I had a chance to explore, and I took the time. To me, again, that was part of the game. It was how to explore this idea of without judgment, and to realize why being in America is great. Why is being an American one of the most wonderful privileges? And I feel very strongly, for me, because I am probably one of the first generation of Americans to really feel the land and to feel the people through the land and to connect to each other as a group of people that chose to go and take an adventure to a new oasis, to a new land. And it was the first oasis world that we opened up, to everybody. And that's a big fucking experiment. Okay, 2 quarters. I've been trying to say that for a very long time. To myself. All right. Back to the notes. Just stick with the notes, okay? Anxiety, external reference for info. So at the end of the day, anxiety is just an external reference for info through the ego, which is, for me, located in my my body, my avatar, in my lower right hand hemisphere, and I can really feel it here. And so what I realized is that the AI, the alien intelligence, the artificial intelligence, the advanced intelligence, maybe. I like to think of it more as the non-local in consciousness. And then there's the EI, which is embodied intuition, and that's what I am. So what I want, and from this idea, was decentralized internet. Decommercialized internet. I can't read those notes. Okay, so what you wanted was a decommercialized internet. So in the physical world, AI, so don't get caught up on all the things. That is like, oh no, it's the physical AI. And what I liked best about it, and this was, I think, a summary for the week, was that it commercializes the internet. Because I hate apps. I hate apps because I tried several times to go through to send a TikTok. And I'm sorry, I can't get through the app with remembering what I was doing when I started. And I don't know how many of you are having this experience, but I watch. And it's I don't know if they did this or even know how these things work. Maybe they do. I've been in some of these companies where it's like, they don't know why it does the thing it does. And they keep changing it. And the more that they change it, the worse it gets. Because what I want to do is complete a task. And what they want to do is sell me shit. And so they try to sell me as much shit until I forget. See, I can't even do it now, because until I forget the tasks that I'm trying to do. Like, I just wanted to translate my notes for myself. Okay, this is okay. It's fine. You wanted to answer Paul's question and actually get it done this week. So he asked you why you went to law school and then to art school. And my answer was this, because I can never answer the direct question. So we lined it up like this. My body is the greatest gift. Paul, my buddy, he asked the most important question. He asked, what would happen if we reverse engineered you? Now, I don't remember if that was the direct question, but it was the greatest gift that anybody's given to me, because it allowed me to shift from external referencing in the game to internal referencing. And that has to do with the emotional intuition. And there are not a lot of emotional intuitive people out there. There's a lot of sensory people playing the game. Sometimes in this process, I'm still working through the anxiety, and I can feel it coming out in my presentation skills, because the only thing I have to do is connect with the audience. And if I do that authentically on this side, I know it's going to get through to that side. And that's why I had to create this game, Ready Player One, because it gave me the vehicle to have this conversation in a way that I think most everybody will be able to understand it and not get triggered by some of the more, what do you call them? I call them the veil. The veil are the loops that in the system that take you out of the game. So in the idea of overcome your neuroses, then you got to find your blocking neuroses. That's why I'm also tying it to alignment and the chakra. For me, I went through my chakras. I'm getting pretty good with my alignments with my chakras and the oasis. Because I want to level up, because I want to access more resources. So once you're aligned with the oasis, aka Earth, that's the baseline. I feel very strongly most people are probably already there, and they're just happy to play their game. But for me, when I reverse engineered myself, like, okay, you got some stuff, kid. Explore it. Okay, so that leads into number 3. So first, and this has to do with not why I went to law school and art school, maybe in a back sort of way. These are my tenets. These are the things that have laid the foundation for me to really play my game. So they're going to be important for you to remember. Opening up to all possibilities. So my body is my greatest gift. Being in my body is my sole priority. Because the more I'm in my body, the more that I can learn how to reverse engineer myself, which helps me play my games and really outperform in my quests, like getting over anxiety, which is not being external, recoding yourself for external referencing for too much information. So it's a filter thing. And being open to all possibilities, decommercializing the internet. That was AI. Thank you very much. Now we can get rid of all the other stuff. Which brings me to number 4. And this is the most important lesson that you have ever learned, is to be patient. Slow down, child. You don't have to work for love anymore. Thank you, Dad. Okay, continuing notes. You started this idea with proctor exam and turn it in. Still something there. But in this version of Oasis, well, I guess in some ways, this is you and Paul. Be straightforward. When you're afraid to say something because you think something will happen in the Oasis, you got to ask yourself, would I want to see the Oasis with a world where my character says these lines and then sees what happens? Or am I going to be the character who kind of tacos out? Teresa always chickens out. Teresa always chickens out. You're welcome, Mom. That's going to be our best-selling t-shirt. I love you. All right, proctor exam. This was a gift my boss Daniel gave me. And I love this man. He is one of the best Jewish people I know. And I've known some amazing Jewish people. I've known some amazing Israelis too. And I'm looking forward to creating a world where he inspired me, because he taught me, and it was one of the best lessons in this line of work, is that you can work with anybody in the Oasis. And once you learn that lesson, that's a big one. And he taught me that, because that leads me to my company, Turnitin, who I am now into my second year of the system calls it a sick leave, a burnout. And I think it's important to talk about how I got into that burnout. Because again, getting over the neuroses, anxiety, it's important to tell the truth, and that's integrity. And these people have really taught you more about integrity than any other group of people. And yeah, I made the experience one of my ultimate quests in the Oasis, because this is where I spent COVID, and this is where I really grew as a leader, and where I learned from all the people around me. I was just the player who was looking longer term. And I'm excited because I don't know where this goes, but I know I needed that break from the company, and the system provided it for me and gave me some space to really rethink about the problem. And I've known this probably since I started, but our CEO said, be the change that you want to see in the world. And my chief product officer said that a true product officer is going to kill a product. And she also said this is a one-way. And she was one of the best about knowing when you cross the path to go one-way direction for a company, and that is as making a loon shot, especially for small companies who it's easy to stay in the same mode and state because it's comfortable. But if you don't see the future coming, and more than that, if you're afraid to build the future that you want to come, which brings me back to one of the most humane moments of my experience at the company, when our chief people officer asked a colleague who was really struggling with a presentation, because honestly it was like, we don't know, we are working through things, and you can't really say that directly or honestly sometimes. And she asked the colleague, well, how do we want it to feel in a year from now? And I thought that was one of the most incredible moments of leadership and an executive shifting the playing field, which is, we can stop thinking, because thinking produces anxiety. Let's go in and lean into our intuition. And you tell me honestly, like, yes, we got to reorganize. We have good people, and we just need to give them a break so that they can stop, understand where we actually need to go, and then commit to it. This feels good. We're going to keep going. Okay, so that's that note. Let's see how I want to do this. This is okay. So that's leading to, well, basically how I want to hand over the proof of concept to the world. And obviously, Turnitin has the first opportunity because it's theirs. And because I go back to my rules, I'm making a decision. That's clear to me. Being open to all possibilities. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about this because I know the right outcome. I just have to make the choice and then observe. That's how you play the game in the Oasis. So yeah, and this really is foundational for Paul and I. And we're going to solve integrity, the two of us. And the reason why I know we're the two of the greatest players in the game to do that is Paul and I, like I said, he's been there from the beginning. I'm not easy to work with. I am a circular thinker and can be all over the place. And this guy's stuck with me. Yeah. And so we're going to create Cyberpunk Utopia. It is about us. It's about our relationship. It's about how he's been my friend. And how he's got really good ideas, but both he and I, we're not the loudest people in the world. Well, maybe I am, but only to him. He was the first person who was so curious. Who is she? What is she doing? What is she talking about? And I don't know. He's just an amazing human being who's curious. And I'm looking forward to really, really connecting with him. So we are going to create a platform. We're going to start with Substack. And yeah, and we're going to connect our personal repositories, similar to what Clanch is doing. And you can think of this kind of like I'm doing with my Substack, is I'm writing my notes to the Oasis. So you can choose to publish whatever it is that you want to help other players with. Because my operation is to give everybody all my notes, because I want everybody to succeed. It's as easy as that. Because why can't we all? That's Charlie. All right, thank you, bud. Okay. Ooh, my nose is running. That means I'm excited, so I'm running a little hot. Grounding. Oh, all right. Sometimes I make things up, and the ding is like I can come back. But grounding, it's absolutely essential to have a good grounding practice in the Oasis. It will help you see the opportunities better. So that leads to the fundamental question that Paul asked me that I really wanted to address this week, which is art school, no, so dyslexic, law school to art school, from structure to flow. So for me, going to law school was one of the worst experiences of my life. I don't think I've ever been more depressed. And yeah, it was rough. And so rough that I convinced my poor sister to come, who was just a good soul. And well, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. But I did learn structure. And I learned I learned the white game. That's what I wrote in my notes. I didn't want to be, I wanted to be clear. So that's the angels, that's the yang. And this is moving in circles for looking for straight lines. And yeah, it's about putting structure to chaos. I hope, it was miserable. And I just remember the moment that I was sitting, listening. I think it was the second day. And I'm like, oh shit, just run. And I know I started telling this story earlier, as though, speaking of looking for straight lines with a full circle. Yeah, I didn't know you could give back to student loans. I didn't know. I don't know. Like I said, my mom was a Midwesterner. She just trusted people, and my dad was a Mexican immigrant. And we were first generations going through a system, and we didn't know how to play that system to our advantage. And I guess that's the white game. But I did learn some amazing things. I got drunk a lot. Pretty rough with an eating disorder. That sucked. But I guess that's also, looking back, like the Oasis is a long game. It's not a short game. I know that the video game metaphor is a really good metaphor for that, but it's like this time is more like golf. You got your short game and your long game, and sometimes you go on adventures like my 20-year eating disorder, and I do take it seriously. I do, because that was 20 years of my life, but in the core of it, when I broke it all down and I stopped shaming myself and judging myself and feeling guilty about it, because I actually sometimes enjoyed it. I enjoyed the control. I enjoyed the feeling of control. I enjoyed having a way to regulate myself. And I realized, but it's a really shitty way to regulate yourself. And in fact, it really gets at the Buddhist suffering of hunger and having this feeling what you can't fill that hunger no matter what you do or how much you accomplish in life. Or because I went to law school, fucking paid a lot of money, and I hated every minute of it, but it did give me credentials to the white game, and it was good education. The legal world, well, it has provided us structure to allow us to have an oasis. So I'm not going to bag at it too much, other than to say, that's it. That's enough. You said enough. Thanks, Mom. Well, actually, that's a perfect segue to, so that's the angels or angles. I guess it's, the white game. You can call it the light game. And the yang, at least in my book. And that's how I wrote it down. So this is internally referencing notes. It could be very different for your body, for your structure, for your avatar. I make no claims. These are just what I have found to work for me. So yeah, then comes devil, yin. For me, this is Amsterdam plus art school equals New Amsterdam, NYC. Yeah, and so the first yang for me is something what I've called Jesus code, which is to be in alignment with your path and with all your orbiting bodies, your teachers, to be pure in self-referencing, so that you are in your universe, you're in your essence, and you're not projecting onto any other avatar. Basically, yeah, making the playing field pretty shitty. Well, actually, that's not true. You know, every player's on the map, and the more that you get into Jesus code, it's about you understanding why, and avoiding the ones that are doing the most damage, ignoring them. What is it? Also, the 4 agreements. Don't take it personal. That's another way to think about the Jesus code. Actually, if you master all 4, that's probably a better way. But at least what's it? Don't take it personal. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. And don't assume. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell you. It's still a work in progress, but I'll tell you what, the more you become aligned in the, well, actually, no, yeah. Yeah, it's being about 99% up. If you think about it as your avatar being 99% up or in the 99 percentile, in alignment, being present with that alignment gets you to the next level, because that's where you're able to play the game. And this is how I got this idea, and I'm going to make it an art piece because I really like this idea, is as a multi-dimensional player, not just, well, yeah, like the Oasis has multi-dimensions, not just multi-worlds, multi-dimensional worlds. So it would be the next generation of the Oasis. It's in an expansion pack. Then you get to go play with the Rubik's Cube. And the Rubik's Cube idea was given to me again by another teacher. I'm gonna have to call him back. You know what? Let's answer. Cork?
Cork, Ireland, remember?
Oh, yes.
I just had an experience like that.
Oh.
I didn't think I was going to make it home.
Should we tell everyone? Or are we waiting for Russ?
I had to, Russ was an accidental call on this. I had to stop at City Market, and when you get close, and it was gas, and so it was pushing. Oh, I almost didn't. I didn't think I was going to make it. That would have been really embarrassing. And I said to myself, don't get hit crossing the street because you will shit yourself.
But so when I was in Cork, yes, okay, now I can share. Because the desperation at some point sets in, this is going to happen. That you're not going to make it, and that's going to go. And then this all flashes through your head, but you're an adult.
I made it. I don't think I'm going to eat the mozzarella cheese and pesto anymore. I've been taking some chances with food lately, and I think things that are close to expiration dates.
Oh, I'm having fun today, guys.
What you doing?
Working on an art project. I call it Ready Player One. It's an idea I've had for a while. I just didn't know how to start it. So today I'm just starting it. And I'm getting all my notes down. And I have a really good note-taking system. So I've really improved on things.
Sorry, I didn't realize it'd be human. Oh, is that your air conditioning going on today?
You Americans.
I know. I just...
there's some things that I think if we just suffered a little more together.
You just get used to it. Nobody gets used to it. I know. We have all this freezing cold air, and then but if you just get used to it, your body acclimates. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. What do they think about for you, Tessa? Hang on. I was related to air conditioning.
It sounds like people having sex.
Only in San Francisco.
Oh, yes. Okay, in the city, that's for sure.
Anyways. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. I had something I wanted to say.
It was something for me. I'm waiting.
I can't remember what it is.
I'm feeling good. I've got I'm feeling good.
It was a funny story about our brother Russell. So we went to coffee, Mom and Russ and I. Actually, Rusty and I have coffee on Saturday. ticket, and I was about to launch into some other things, but the tightening in his jaw, the anger in his eyes, the silence of his mouth. Oh, I just want to let that sit in. He was, hold up.
Yeah. You know what?
Russell, baby.
I'm kind of with Aaliyah on this one.
Yeah.
At some point, I think the whole family needs to, otherwise, and at least pull our energy things back.
Yeah, I hear you. I think so. I agree with you. And just, let him do his thing. I hear you.
He needs to look.
Kind of my last thought for Gabby. Chipping in now. 32-year-old man.
With a good paying job. Anyway. All right, guys.
He has an okay paying job. He does not have a good paying job. Doesn't he make $90,000? I think it's 85 and get some bonuses, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Dave's made. Yeah, but he should be making more with what he's doing.
I love our men, and I love that. Yeah, I'm
sorry, go on.
No, I just love.
And he's single.
Hey, I'm single, and I'm a catch.
I meant he can start chipping in.
Oh, sorry.
He made some kind of comment about moving back in so he could make money or save money, and I went, "You have to pay. You said you'd have to pay me rent. $1,400 a month." Any updates on those doors, Mom? Sometime in May. I have to get hardware. I was looking at that today. Yeah. I thought I like this, so I thought maybe I should just get that door handle because I like it. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty. Is that not what you got? Well, no. This is what I have. I was trying to figure out if that would look nice with that, or if I should just get something a little smaller. I'm confused. What? That is your door. This is my door, but this is the handle that was on the front of that. I don't know if you can see it. It's shiny. I really like that handle, the black handle. Yeah, I did like that handle. It looks nice on that door. I almost went with that door because of that handle, because of that picture. Yeah, I like it. It's simple. Yeah, he told me he could order that. Maybe I'll just have him order it. That door? No, the handle. Because when I was over at Lisbon, I pointed it, so I really like that. He said, I would order it for you. I'm going to go back. And I've been looking for the ones in the back, like with the codes. Yeah, it's just Yale. But I don't want a smart one. I just want a smart one. Yeah, well, that's what I was just making sure. There are two at Costco that I was going to order, and one of which I was going to order, but they're smart, and I don't want it. I don't even have internet to the house right now. Then just go to YaleLocks.com. Yeah. That's what we got, and I love it. That's where that mommy can lose her key and never have to worry about it.
Well, let's just make sure we get the front porch done too. I'm feeling.
I'm just kidding. Oh, you're kidding. This is no artist. Yeah.
What did you say? Say that again.
Artist.
I am an artist. No, I'm more than an artist.
I'm just gonna come see you, and I'm gonna get Kate the Anne Frank book, and she reads it. We're gonna get our tickets to come. I'd like to go to Belgium, though. I'd like to see Belgium. I've been working on my French and trying to putter it every day.
Let's go to Ghent. Yeah, okay. Let me know. I look forward to that, and we can even take the train.
I would like to go. I would really like to go because I would like to take Kate to some of those horse stables that I've been looking at.
Okay, so we got the women.
Well, maybe I don't have to do that one. We'll see how it is. I have to watch. We're gonna have to watch prices. Maybe you should. Mom, maybe you should make them your mind. Why don't you do that? Maybe Kate gets to go twice. Why don't you do that next summer? I'll send Kate. Well, I'm gonna take Kate up north. Zach wanted Kate next summer. So Kate can go. Kate can go. I don't have.
Kate's a popular girl.
place I found in actually in northern Wisconsin that has Spanish horses. So I thought maybe, and they have this big summer thing. They have these big, things. No, yeah, that's what I thought maybe I would do with her instead, because we'd have to, get out and figure out how to get there, and I have to make some arrangements. And it's actually the guy in Spain that I would, if she really likes. Oh, I'd like to go to Spain. Yeah. So yeah, but you really should look at and maybe even book if you decide to do that, because the prices are gonna be. Who knows what's gonna happen with the prices? And I won't come on.
I've been focusing on my investment strategies and putting my energy behind where I need things to be so that I can do the things that I want to do in this world.
Good. Yeah, I'm not worried about prices.
Exactly. Let's focus on the experience we want. And I think if I wind Mom back, what I heard is the only decision that we need to make is if Aaliyah and Kate come this year, or if Aaliyah, Kate, and Mom come this year. That's the only thing I heard. Right?
But you're still coming in August, right, Tessa? Because I'm going to call that woman and talk to her.
Yes. We need to get that done for the family. That's my trip. And maybe Bolivia.
We need to. There is. Yes or no? Kate come in October.
I could.
Fall is always really busy.
I need to.
I'm going to do one more year of this so I can get my yard done. Because if I have a pretty yard like Mommy, then I can just sit in it. I can't do it myself because I don't have permission. Yes, you do it. Someone do it. I mean, then I'm just going to. This is killing me. Somebody has a network.
I can't take Aaliyah seriously with the banging behind her.
There's a.
Thump.
I'm trying to connect to a network, my phone, and every time I go in here and look at the networks that are available, there's one that says it burns when I pee, and I can't get past that.
Okay, that one deserves some attention. All right, guys, I gotta finish my notes and I gotta study. Things are going really well. This week, I'm downloading my notes. I found a way to do that.
I saw your first post. When I have an hour to sit and listen to you, 1 minute.
Don't worry about it. I'm not expecting anybody to listen to these things yet.
Well, just like it. Like and subscribe. That's all you need to do.
I have a strategy, and it's called Ariane. And my strategy is just to ride Ariane's coattails, but then slingshot him into the oasis. So we had a really good week. We went and did some stuff and really got people energized, and we just had some really sweet connections with people. Really interesting learning experiences. I actually am starting to figure out where I can really add a lot of value from the team standpoint. Because I have more experience with him in production, in making a product. And he is a fabulous artist, but this is a product we're making. Yeah. It's okay. He's doing all the piloting and stuff, and then it takes me a while to kind of understand how we're not communicating really well, or why information's getting blocked. And a lot of it has to do with he's kind of he likes to get an idea of what things are first before he hands them over. So he's kind of one of those guys. Anyway, you see where I'm going. I've worked with engineers, artists, and all that jazz. So I'm feeling really good about the product. Good. And we did some video shoots, and it's this thing that I really want to create, which is building off of that Netflix series. The character, her name was Teresita, Teresa, and she was the queen of the South. So this sort of
She was a drug dealer.
okay, that's one word for it. I prefer badass bitch who totally who went in there and she played what I call like the Jesus game, right? She was in the dirt, but she always tried to make the moral calls.
For a cartel runner, that's a good thing.
It was drama. Come on, don't circles and straight lines.
I know.
Okay, all right. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a good week. I'm putting my notes into the system. I've got a good idea on how to do dyslexic library, which is I just record my notes. And I try to continue getting better at summarizing my ideas. That's it. So don't feel like you need to actually read anything. I think it'll get better, and by the time it gets better, then you can go back and check how we got there.
Pounding is just too much.
I know. I've never heard somebody get pounded like that. Except for but you guys, when you live in a city of highly dense people, and that it was San Francisco and Amsterdam, you would hear everybody's lives. You would hear them biologically live. And my favorite night was during COVID. There was a young couple who just had really, really, really good sex. You could hear them. And I have to admit, it was fun to just, because it was so quiet. I know, Aaliyah, I know you're shaking your head.
Your other one.
Yeah, it's better than the other one.
Did you move into this one during COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought because it started right after.
Oh, I sit too long. Oh, I got it. I can't sit so long. Whew. All right, guys. I got to get my night finished. And that's the other thing. I'm preparing for an interview. I realize that this is going to take some effort to be a good presenter.
Yeah, it does take a lot of effort.
Yeah, so I'm working on a script for an interview with a really cool band called Matik. They're going to be at the party. I keep wanting to call it a festival, but a party on King's Night. And they're interesting because they're like a melodic ensemble. IDM, which I have no fracking idea what that means. But
research that and prepare.
Yeah.
Why are you interviewing them? Just to see if they play?
No, they're playing Camberline. Actually, that's what I was doing with you guys. I was starting.
This is part of your marketing.
I wouldn't say marketing. What I'd say is we're looking to collaborate with artists. What I've been saying is we're a collaboration of artists that really just want to dance. I want to dance. I'm having the time of my life, and I've never been this happy. So, anyway, they're collaborating with us on the party. It's going to be a really interesting, that's what I get to ask them. It's like, how did you get into this? Like, you guys are two friends, and how did you get into this? And how are you trying to translate that into getting people to dance? How do you, huh? You guys are the hardest. Thought it was.
You can sell us. You can sell anybody.
Was I selling you or?
I think interviewing would be very difficult, and I know why people ask the same questions, but there's never a good one. Do I know what questions I would ask if I were an interviewer? No, but I judge every interviewer based
I was working with ChatGPT.
I get that. There's got to be some questions just to get them talking, but what's a good question? Something you really want to know.
Why are you guys friends?
Are you still friends?
No, you can read it in their music. Like, why are you guys friends? Why were you attracted to each other? And then why were you attracted to this sort of music? And how do you imagine the audience on King's Night? And I like this question because it came from chat. If you're going to bring one magical tool, which one would it be?
And don't forget to listen and look for opportunities.
Wait. Yes, thank you. The questions, though, can we just focus on the questions for now? Were they good questions? Are they interesting? Huh? Any thoughts? It's not easy. I was trying to ask ChatGPT. It's like it said warm-up questions, then lead into the bridge, which is like how does the event tie? So they're interesting guys because I want.
How come? Who got them going? Who signed them up?
Pauline knew them, so they're from Berlin and Amsterdam, which I think is funny because it's like, well, how do you feel about Kein Berlin? The word means no, not Berlin. This is Amsterdam, it's not Berlin.
So maybe that's a good question. So Kein Berlin means, is this going to be in English or language?
Yeah, it's going to be in English. What does Kein Berlin mean to you?
You got to get people who don't understand the context some context in the question.
Yeah, so I do like. What is it to feel like friends and music partners? I'm asking you guys, like, you ask what questions that I'd want to know is.
I don't know them. I don't know their music. I don't know what I want to know. That's what I'm saying to us is I would do research. I would learn everything I can about them and then see what curiosity. And then plug in not necessarily what I think others want to hear, but how they feel. I would try to learn about them and then just maybe think, just write down as I'm learning about them, what this spark my curiosity. Don't try and be too deep. Because sometimes it doesn't have to be a deep question to get a good response.
I did my research and those were the questions that I was interested in.
Ask those questions. And then you know what? And then don't ask someone about an interview they haven't seen yet. Yeah. Watch the interview and I'm sure it will be great.
I don't know.
Right now, these are just questions hanging in the air. They have no meaning for me or Mom.
All right. Well, maybe I can practice. Maybe I can practice interviewing you guys. It's like, hey, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.